Good morning. Call this meeting of the Fremont County Board of Commissioners to order. If you all would join me and stand for the invocation. Todd Luce from Grandview Christian Church is here to offer the invocation and remain standing for the Pledge of Allegiance. Todd.
Good morning. Would you bow with me, please? Gracious Heavenly Father, we come before you today and ask a special blessing upon this meeting, that you would be with the commissioners and give them wisdom in their understanding of decisions to make. Lord, if it's time to celebrate, let us do that with fun and a good time. Lord, we pray that all the matters that will be handled today will be done in a manner that gives you praise and glory. We thank you for this time in this season, and keep all of our officers and everything safe, Lord. We pray this in Jesus' name. Amen.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thanks, Todd. Roll call, please.
Commissioner Grantham.
Here.
Commissioner McFall.
Here.
County Attorney Jackson.
Present.
County Manager Bryant is not here. County Manager Childs. I was trying so hard. Planning and Zoning Director Victoria.
Here.
Awesome.
We're almost all here. Debbie and Sunny aren't.
Well, Debbie will be back. So
Debbie
will not.
That's right. Debbie will be back.
Yeah, Sunny could be watching live. You never
Could
know.
be.
That's true. I doubt it, but she could. Next on our agenda is the approval of the agenda.
Mr. Chair, I move to approve the agenda.
I second that. Roll call.
Commissioner McFall.
Aye.
Commissioner Grantham.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Next on the agenda is the approval of the consent agenda. Just to make note, there are no public hearings being scheduled in this consent agenda. Anything else that you would add to that?
No feedback, Lenny.
Yeah.
No, I move to approve the consent agenda.
Second. Roll call, please.
Commissioner McFall.
Aye.
Commissioner Grantham.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Rolling right along. Now we move to the administrative and informational section of our agenda. Let's go to staff and elected officials reports. County Clerk Grantham, monthly report.
Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Lots of feedback.
Lots of feedback. The total motor vehicle fees, sales tax, and recording fees collected for November of this year are $1,290,547.02. Of that, Fremont County's portion for disbursement is $790,762.96, which is 61% of the total fees and is $71,492.34 more than last November. Year to date, our office is down $211,586.70. We made up, but we're still behind. A lot of that, it's still the computer chips and increased used vehicle sales are up, and new cars are hard to get because they're behind on that. So just note that.
So I'm curious if it's starting to catch itself. Was it a year ago? Probably.
Yeah, it's starting to catch itself.
And then it'll probably improve, I would think.
Interest rates are starting to squander there too. With them going up, sales are going to go down. You know, there's going to be a lot to push next year to keep sales up from 2021. So.
Okay.
Mr. Chair, I'd move to accept the county clerk's monthly report.
I second that. Roll call.
Commissioner McFall.
Aye.
Commissioner Grantham.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Now to our county manager report. Tammy Childs.
Good morning.
Morning.
Just a reminder, Monday, December 26th, the offices will be closed in observance of the Christmas holiday, so our employees can enjoy their Christmas. That's all I have today. I'll announce that next Tuesday.
Yeah, we do have another meeting this month, so cross that base when we get there. All right. At this point, Commissioner, do you have anything to report on or add?
Just a couple of things. One, you guys have probably all heard, and for the millions watching around the world, it's supposed to be frigid, very, very cold on Thursday. So prepare your houses, prepare your animals, prepare yourselves. I think, what did I see, -1 with a wind chill of -21 or something like that. So it's going to be pretty dadgum cold out there. So be very careful. The other thing, we've got the holidays coming up. I hope that everybody stays safe and is able to enjoy the Christmas with their families or whatever they're going to do for Christmas. Those of you that do have to work, God bless you and be safe, and Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays.
And just to echo that, just happy holidays, Merry Christmas. Hope you enjoy the holidays as well. And that's that. Now, this is a time on our agenda where we have for citizens to speak who wish to address the commissioners on a matter not scheduled on the agenda. And if there is anyone that has signed up and would like to speak now or forever hold your peace. I think I look out over the audience, I see everybody's here for something on the agenda, so we'll move on. There is no old business for consideration on the agenda, so we will move to new business. This is a long list of agenda items, but we will start off with probably one of the best things we get to do every year, the Employee of the Year Award. We'd had several great nominees this year, and we're going to read the letters that accompanied each of those nominations. And we'll just kind of alternate reading through these, and then we'd love for each of you to stick around for a picture. We'd love to get a picture with you down here. And so I will ask Commissioner McFall to get things kicked off with the letters, and we'll just alternate back and forth.
All right, thanks, Commissioner. I think that it's pretty exciting to be able to do this and recognize some of our employees, and they are nominated by other employees, so that makes it more special, I think. And as Kevin mentioned, we have certificates for everyone, and we do want to get a picture of the whole group. So we call your name if you'll come up here, and so that you can see the faces that we're seeing up here. All right, we'll start off with, these are in, well, they might be in alphabetical order, but there's no particular order. So this is, the letter starts, and they're all going to be the same the way they start, and then there'll be different reasons they're nominated. So I'll read the first part, and then we'll probably just read the nominations, or why they were nominated. Congratulations on being nominated by your coworkers of the Fremont County, or for the Fremont County Employee of the Year for 2022. The fact that your coworkers nominated you for this recognition display their appreciation for your contribution to the county, whether it be in your department, your service to the community, or for the overall good of the county. Well, this particular one is Kathy Acton. Kathy was nominated for the following specific details from her coworkers: for being a positive example to your teammates and peers, for your professionalism, and for your dedication and ethics to the detention center. It is without question the county is a better workplace because of you being part of it.
And my first nominee is, go ahead and stay on up here, because we're going to get a picture.
Don't go away yet. We're quick enough, right?
You had the good fortune of being the first one, Red, so you get to stand up here the longest. Next one is Michelle Harris, a civilian investigator at the Sheriff's Office. Your nomination contained the following specific details on why your coworkers believe you are deserving of such recognition: for recommending a canine drug detention pilot program, which was approved; for being innovative and creative in approach to combating potential substance misuse in the detention center; and for increasing the safety of all with this innovative approach. Thank you.
All right, next is Evelyn Campbell. Oh my, she says. Evelyn was nominated for specifically from her coworkers for being kind and pleasant, for being understanding, and being an all-around good person to work with. It is without question the workplace is better because of you.
Next one is Alicia Stone, our Human Resource Director with the Administration Department. Your nomination contained the following specific details on why your coworkers believe you are deserving of such recognition: for your dedication and hard work during the cyber attack, for displaying strength and resilience in any situation you face, for being an incredible leader and inspiration. Thank you.
Kenneth Deere. Kenneth was nominated for specific details from his coworkers because they believe that he is a great team player, for always helping out with special projects, and for being willing to try new ways to get the job done. Got to improvise once in a while, huh, kid? It is without question the workplace is better because of you. Thank you.
And is this the last one?
We got one.
Okay. Next one is Darren Holmes, detention deputy with the sheriff's office. Some of the things look familiar here. For recommending a K-9 drug detection pilot program, which was approved, for being innovative and creative in approach to combating potential substance misuse in the detention center, and for increasing the safety of all with this innovative approach. Thank you, Deb.
I believe this is last, but surely not least, the last nomination is David Hankins. David, you were nominated specifically because you're always willing to help everyone no matter the situation, for going above and beyond for your coworkers, and for going above and beyond for the citizens of Fremont County. You obviously make the workplace a better place to be. Thank you.
Now,
Dun, dun, dun. Now, we have the Employee of the Year out of this bunch of fine folks. So have Commissioner Grantham announce that and read the letter, and then if you guys will hold on a second, we'll come down and take photos with you.
dear somebody, congratulations, you have been selected as the Fremont County Employee of the Year for 2022. Your dedication and hard work has not gone unnoticed by your coworkers. Your contributions to the county are appreciated, as stated in your nomination. Your dedication and hard work following the cyber attack, your displaying of strength and resilience in any situation you face, being an incredible leader and an inspiration to others. You reflect pride in Fremont County, and your years of loyal service are commendable. The county is a better place with you as a part of it. Your picture will be posted in the Commons area of the County Administration Building for the next year. Please accept this certificate and monetary award in recognition of your accomplishments. Congratulations and thank you for a job well done. Signed, the three of us, Alicia Stone.
Now, let's see. You're the other one, right? Thank you. Congratulations. Thank you. Thank you. Thanks, Ken. Thanks, sir. Appreciate it. Thanks, man. Come this way. Let's go. Yeah, turn. You don't know.
These things are kind of at the moment. You guys got work, you guys know. If you don't mind. A tiny bit, if you will. Thank you.
You didn't make all those clear.
I know.
Mine's old. Can I get the commissioner's stuff there real quick?
Yeah, we'll go with her. Thank you. Thank you, Jason. Once again, thank all of you for your community service. Appreciate it. You guys do a great job, and it's glad to work with you. Thank you.
Yes, and just to reiterate that, we have the privilege, really, of having a great bunch of employees in this county. And all of them, Alicia was, of course, singled out for a lot of work that she did during the cyber attack. But that was a county-wide effort, and really appreciate all the folks that stepped up to get us through that and through a whole lot of the subsequent issues that have arisen from that. And we just have a wonderful bunch of employees, and we're really proud of the work that is done here in Fremont County. So thank you all. Next on the agenda, we have a bunch of reappointments and appointments. This is one of those things that's kind of a product of approaching the end of the year, where we have terms expiring for all of our volunteer boards, and we have openings on some of the boards as well for new appointments. And so because we have a long list of, how many is this? About 14,
16?
yeah, 14 reappointments.
Yeah.
And then 3 new appointments. I'm just going to give it to you, Dwayne, and you can kind of explain what you're doing there with the big motion.
Okay, instead of reading these individually, because it's going to take a while, we've kind of lumped these together. And I'm going to do, Mr. Chair, 3 different motions for the actually, I can do it all in one motion. But I'll read out the names, what boards they serve on, and when their terms will expire. And then we'll approve that, and then we'll go to the new appointments.
Yes,
Does that work?
that'll work.
All right, so I will make a motion to reappoint the following with terms ending December 31st, 2025. For the Weed Advisory Board, we have Paul Telk, Jay Ademick, and Paul Garrett. For the Airport Advisory Board, we have Luke McIntosh. For the Fair Board, we have Amy Hilterbrand, John Daniels, Tay Jeffords, Linda Valdez. For the Planning Commission, we have Larry Brown and John Hamrick. For the 4-H Sales Committee, we have Gina Grazzini. Now for terms ending December 31st, 2024. For the Planning Commission, we have Gardner Fay and Dale McCullough. For term ending December 31st, 2023, Mark Macer to the Planning Commission.
And I second that. Any discussion?
No, I just want to, I do want to, yes, I do want to discuss it. I really appreciate these folks and others that serve on these volunteer boards. These reappointments show us that they care about what they're doing for the county, and as you can tell, there's several different boards from Weed Advisory, Airport, Fair Board, Planning Commission, Sales Committee. So it is very important that we have volunteers for these boards, and can't thank these folks enough, as well as those that are continuing to serve.
I was just thinking the same thing, you know, just the great work that these folks do, but all these reappointments does speak to I think the enjoyment that they get out of it, and the feeling that they're accomplishing what they set out to accomplish in those committees. The volunteer boards that we have in this county are sort of the other hand in what makes this county move. We have the employees that we just recognized, and the employees across the county and every department, but then we also have our volunteers and our volunteer boards that really keep things going, keep things in motion as we have another successful year and as we get things done here in this county. So I really appreciate all of them and what they do. Mr. Clerk, roll call.
Commissioner McFall.
Aye.
Commissioner Grantham.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Now next we have the appointments, the new appointments. So Commissioner McFall,
Ready to do those as well?
let's do those.
All right, so we have some new appointments, and what we do have, when we have openings on our volunteer boards, we have it posted on our front page of our website. There is currently one there on there right now. It's for the 4-H Sales Committee. We need some more folks that might be interested in that. And as vacancies come open, we do post them there. And all we ask is a letter of interest from folks that want to serve on these committees. And so we had some volunteers that sent us letters of interest to be on the 4-H Sales Committee. And I have 2 recommendations for us for terms ending December 31st, 2025, and one with a term ending December 31st, 2024. So, Mr. Chair, I'd like to make a motion to appoint to the 4-H Sales Committee with terms ending December 31st, 2025 for Jamie Grazzini and Jenna Told you I'd forget. How do you say her?
Eastless.
Eastless. Sorry, Jenna. She's gone, right? Yeah, okay. Don't tell her. And also an appointment for one term ending December 31st, 2024 for Kelsey Smith.
Okay. I second that motion. Any further comments on that? Seeing none, roll call.
Commissioner McFall.
Aye.
Commissioner Grantham.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Excellent. Well, that was,
Let me
Sir,
just
go
say
ahead.
one quick thing is, the reason those terms were staggered, if anybody's wondering, I'm sure everybody is some of the last one that I just put Kelsey Smith to do the sales was to fill a term that somebody vacated, so that's why those terms change. A lot of them were 25 because they're three new year terms, and then the others are to fill vacant holes that we had, so thanks.
and just an aside note on that, we also had a similar situation with one of our other boards, and I know Mr. Victoria did a lot of work on that planning commission to get those terms staggered again, because everybody was falling off this year. And so we're back, I think, where we need to be with that particular board. And sometimes those things just happen over the course of time, where everything just kind of syncs up and everybody ends up expiring at the same time. But we got that fixed, and that was part of what the first motion was that Commissioner McFall made with the reappointments on some of those planning commission members. And we'll probably still see some of that coming up in the next few weeks, I would imagine. Now let's move on to the next item on the agenda. The next several items actually have to do with our financial responsibilities, our fiscal responsibilities as creating the budget. And we ask Sean Sutton, our Budget and Finance Officer, to come forward to talk about item number 17 on our agenda. I think it's number 17.
Yes.
Okay. A resolution summarizing the expenditures for each fund and adopting a budget for the County of Fremont, Colorado for the calendar year beginning on the first day of January 2023 and ending on the last day of December 2023. Mr. Sutton.
Morning, all.
Morning.
Morning.
Yeah, thanks, Tammy. So the Budget and Finance team went through the budget process again this year, and I presented the draft budget 2023 to the Commissioners on October 25th, 2022. A public hearing for the budget was available on November 29th, 2022, in which the public was given a presentation and the opportunity to speak to the 2023 budget. The budget was posted on the county website for the public to review. Today is the final step in the process of adopting the 2023 budget. Total expenditures requested for 2023 adoption total $64,042,207.76, which is broken out by fund. Starting with general fund of $16,069,227. Other large funds include the sheriff fund of $12,835,255, Department of Human Service of $10,219,925, Department of Transportation of $7,406,203, and capital expenditure fund of $9,755,000. All other funds are also included in the resolution. There have been a few changes since I presented the proposed budget to the Commissioners in October. Salaries and benefit packages have been updated. In addition, a line item transfer was created from capital expenditures to the Department of Transportation. I'm requesting at this time, if it pleases the board, that the budget be adopted as presented.
Thank you, Mr. Sutton. Any questions or comments?
Comment.
Sir.
Yeah, I appreciate the work that you've put in on this. I know Sean's fairly new to the county, so he kind of came in and we had this thing called a cyber attack that shut us down for 2 months, and I don't think you could work for a couple of weeks when he first started. So to catch up on this, and appreciate you and your team and all the help that you've had. And these are huge discussions, and it's the biggest responsibility we have, I think, as commissioners, is to approve this budget and make sure that our county is well taken care of from all these departments listed as well as the ones that aren't. It does take a lot of money, and as everybody knows, it's getting more and more expensive all the time for everything. So we try to be very conservative in making the budget, so hopefully we come in better than it looks like it may. And I guess that's our wish, I guess. So hopefully it will, but I appreciate the work that you've done. Thanks.
Yes, same thing, Sean. Thank you for the work you've done, and agreed, you know, coming in at the time that you did, and on the heels of our cyber attack. And there were some of our new employees right around that time, and Sean included, I think, that we couldn't even get email initially. That's kind of hard when you're coming in, but thank you for all the great work you've done on this, and know I've gotten to work with you directly pretty closely on a couple or three of these items. I see several of our sheriffs, the sheriff as well, in the audience, and working on our fleet management schedule, and finding the ability to work with them to move forward, having a plan over the next few years to get the fleet replacement on schedule. And I think that's one of the big victories in our budget this year, and looking forward to being able to plan on that. The sheriff's budget being really the biggest one, a single department, a single place in our budget, and managing something like the rotation of the fleet is obviously important, and I think we've got a handle on that, and look forward to the carrying out of that plan. And plus several other things. You know, we have the ongoing pay increases over the last 2 or 3 years to help our employees out, and to keep good, solid employees in place, and to attract good new employees as openings come up. So a lot of good things going on with this budget, and as Commissioner McFall mentioned, you know, always from a conservative standpoint, trying to plan correctly and spend wisely where we can. So thank you, sir.
Thank you all.
With that, we are on resolution 35, you said? Well, then I will make that motion. Move resolution number 35, summarizing the expenditures for each fund, adopting a budget for the county of Fremont, Colorado for the calendar year beginning on the first day of January 2023 and ending on the last day of December 2023.
Second.
Any further comments? Roll call.
Commissioner Grant.
Aye.
Commissioner McFall.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Resolution, or item number 18, be a resolution levying general property taxes for the year of 2022 to help defray the costs of government for the county of Fremont, Colorado for the 2023 budget year. Mr. Sutton.
Thank you again. So we received the final assessed valuation amount from the assessor's office. This amount totaled $557,147,553. The county's mill levy certification is 12.312 mills, broken out by 8.422 to the general fund, 0.850 to Department of Transportation, 2.701 to Department of Human Service, and airport fund of 0.321. Refund abatements also totaled 0.018. The total collected by these mills totaled $6,859,399, which is what I'm requesting today.
Okay. Any comments, questions?
No.
Just for the millions watching, this is just the other side of the ledger. This is the revenues and the collection of taxes to pay for all the stuff that we passed in resolution number 35. So with that, I'll do the motion again.
Okay.
I move resolution number 36, the resolution levying general property taxes for the year of 2022 to help defray the costs of government for the county of Fremont, Colorado for the 2023 budget year.
Second.
Been moved and seconded. Any further comments? Roll call.
Commissioner Grant.
Aye.
Commissioner McFall.
Aye.
Motion carries.
And number 19 on the agenda, a resolution appropriating sums of money to the various funds and spending agencies in the amounts and for the purposes set forth below of the county of Fremont, Colorado for the 2023 budget year beginning January 1, 2023, then ending December 31, 2023. Mr. Sutton.
Thank you again. So this is the final step in the budgeting process. This resolution appropriates monies to each fund that were previously approved. The funds come through revenue or the beginning balance, depending on the circumstance. This resolution allocates the funds to cover expenses set forward for the 2023 budget.
Okay. Any comments, questions?
No, that's pretty simple explanation for that one.
Okay,
I have a motion if you're ready.
please.
Mr. Chair, I move to approve resolution number 37, which is a resolution appropriating sums of money to the various funds and spending agencies and amounts and for the purpose set forth below of the County of Fremont, Colorado for the budget year 2023, budget year beginning January 1st, 2023 and ending December 31st, 2023.
Second. It's been moved and seconded. Any further comments or questions? Seeing none, roll call.
Commissioner McFall.
Aye.
Commissioner Grantham.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Before we move on to the next agenda item, it is 10 o'clock, and that is typically our time for our public hearings, but in this case, we're going to motor on through the rest of the new business and then just conclude with the public hearing for the Secure Transportation Services licensing regulations. That's for the folks here and for the millions watching as well, in case they tuned in at 10 a.m. Number 20 on the agenda, the certification of levies and revenue. Mr. Sutton.
Thanks, Tammy. So the final item is the mill levy certification. Our department sends out a request to each municipality, special district, and other entity, which totaled 37 different groups this year. The assessor and the finance department gather all this information in a very short amount of time and is due to us by the 15th of December. There's a lot of compiling of work, verifying the numbers, and reaching out to stray certifications before completing this process. I want to give a special thank you to Sheriff Hall and Stacy Seifert for their time and efforts that were put into the process this year. Their efforts are very much appreciated, especially going through this for the first time. The final step is to compile and certify all the mill levies from the different entities and send this information to the state by the 20th of December. Certifications have been completed by the Fremont County Assessor and the Budget and Finance Officer. Interim County Manager Tammy Child has also reviewed, will sign, and certify this document. The certification of mill levies and revenue are now before the Commissioners for approval. And I just want to say, this is a change from prior years. We've got a resolution number 25 that has taken it off your verification and has put it on the county managers. So,
Yeah, a little more explanation on that. I think it used to have to be certified by us, and there was some trouble with miscommunications and stuff. So we actually had our attorney drop a resolution so that we give the power, well, that's not the word I'm looking for. Authority, thank you. Delegates authority to the county manager to help the assessor and the finance department collect all of these, because it does become kind of cumbersome there towards the end, because it is a short period of time. So that allowed them to do it, and that's why she'll certify that.
Yeah, this was just to streamline the process, take out the extra step we didn't need. We're already kind of in the middle of all of this, and this just helps streamline it to let the manager and the assessor communicate directly with each other. So, okay. We need to have a motion on that, don't we?
You don't need to.
Because of the resolution, so it was delegated, so we don't have to do anything on the certification. Okay. Excellent. Then I believe that is it. If we don't have to have a motion, then we're good to go.
thanks.
Thank you, Mr.
Thanks,
Sutton. So for those watching, all of those four items, the three resolutions and then that certification of the levies and revenue is essentially all the mechanics that we have to do to make sure we can pay our bills and collect our revenue over the next 12 months. And so that was the conclusion of the process. Next year, if you're interested in the budget process, I know it's one of those things that people beat the doors down for, to come in and listen to all the dry spreadsheet talk. But, you know, that's the stuff that me and Mr. Sutton get excited about. But I think we're the two people in the building that probably do. But it is your tax dollars that is being talked about, and so we encourage anyone that wants to be a part of that process to be a part of that process. Next item on the agenda, item number 21, award bid for broadband study, and we have with us Rachel Miller, our grants administrator. Rachel.
Morning. Turn that mic on. There you go.
So Fremont County received 7 bids for the broadband study. The bids started at $21,164.99 and went to $201,000. Bohannon Huston's proposal was priced in the middle of the 7 bids at $49,705. Their proposal met all requirements of Fremont County's request for proposal. The references they provided spoke incredibly highly of the company, and they stated they were easy to work with and highly professional.
Okay.
Can I ask you to expand a little bit on the request that we put out for broadband?
Yeah, so essentially, Fremont County, just looking at the areas and looking at what parts of our community don't have access to broadband, we're kind of at a loss. So we wanted to have a company come in, do a study, and tell us exactly where to start just expanding our community's access to broadband.
And we did receive a grant to pay for this.
It's going to be paid for out of ARPA funding.
I thought we received a grant. Oh, no, that
No,
was a
that's
different
the
one.
housing
That was a
study.
different- That's right. Too many things on my mind.
Okay. Thank you. Any motions?
I have a motion.
Okay.
With a comment first, I think the city of Canyon City is doing something similar, trying to figure out how we can get coverage around Canyon City as well. And so we need it, especially in western Fremont County. But there's other parts of Fremont County with no broadband. So this will be a very useful study, and hopefully it'll come to us with projects ready to go so that we can make that happen. It's kind of a life and safety issue out on the west end in some places. So that, Mr. Chair, I would move to award a bid for the broadband study to Bohannon Houston for $49,705.
I'll second that.
Huston, I guess.
Is it? Host?
Huston.
It's not Houston?
There's no O.
There's no O. There is in this letter I see here.
Huston.
Okay. Anyway, I second it regardless. This is just another one of those links in the chain of us trying to figure out this problem that all of rural Colorado is facing when it comes to broadband, and trying to get broadband into some of these areas and using whatever resources we already have, but we need to make sure that we know what those are and see what the next steps can be to help, especially those folks in the rural areas of Fremont County and especially western Fremont County, to have access to rural broadband. So with that, it's been moved and seconded. Roll call.
Commissioner McFall.
Aye.
Commissioner Grantham.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Next item on our agenda, number 22, is the Matali LLC doing business as Quality Inn and Suites. They're requesting the transfer of a liquor retail license from Canyon Inn and Investment LLC at 3075 US Highway 50, Canyon City. And the representative here, make sure, correct me, Niraj Desai?
Neeraj Desai. You're very
Niraj
close.
Desai.
Yeah.
Okay. Put the emphasis on the, there we go.
He goes by Nick, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Nick goes by Nick. That's better. That's easier.
Make it easy for everyone.
And your name, sir?
It's Damon Cassens. I'm Mr. Desai's attorney.
Fantastic. Good to have you all here. Why don't you all go ahead and I believe we just start with you and just present what you have for us.
Essentially, Mr. Commissioner, Mr. Other Commissioner, is that Mr. Desai has purchased the Quality Inn and is doing some rehabilitation and updates of the property, and that includes the restaurant and bar space in there. And as part of that purchase, wants to transfer the liquor license to his corporation.
Okay.
And I don't know if there's anything that that you want to hear about the process itself, his philosophy, or any of the other operating minutia.
Well, why don't we go to the staff report first, and then we'll come back and with questions from us, and then we'll go from there.
Okay.
We have a staff report from
Yes.
Smith.
So we received this transfer application on October 19th. It was reviewed by the county attorney, and the sheriff's office and health department do recommend approval per their reports. The clerk's office also sees no issues with an approval, and if you have any questions, feel free to ask.
Okay, thank you. Are there any other questions for the applicants?
The only question I had, I think, was for Talia, was it, in the notes you were waiting on some fingerprints for one person, one of the partners, I believe, or something?
That was before the attorney looked at it, so I'm not sure what Brenda
Okay.
found. Okay.
Okay. Any other questions?
No questions.
Okay. Anything that you would like to add?
There's not.
Okay. Anything you would like to add?
No, nothing. Thank you.
Okay. Is there a motion?
Sure. I think it's interesting that you're remodeling and redoing out there. It'll be interesting to see what you come up with, because it has been several different things, or the restaurant bar has been several different things over the last several years. So good luck with whatever you do there. Mr. Chair, I would move to approve a liquor license transfer. Figure out how to read this here. From Canyon Inn and Investments LLC to Mitali
LLC.
LLC, doing business as Quality Inn and Suites for a retail restaurant, isn't it a restaurant?
Transfer of liquor.
Hotel and restaurant
Yes.
liquor license? Yeah.
Okay. Second. Any further comments? Please.
It was one of the cleanest applications I've ever reviewed. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you to him.
That says a lot, I think, right there.
He made me work very hard.
Just so you know, that's almost gushing from over there when she says something like that. So,
Well, I guess to make point two, there's 144 pages of stuff here that we've looked at, so it's not just a few pages. There's a lot of stuff involved between deeds and transfers and all kind of stuff. So yeah, good job.
Thank you.
thank you all. Roll call.
Commissioner McFall.
Aye.
Commissioner Grantham.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Excellent. Thank you,
Good
gentlemen.
luck.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Thank you.
All right. Item number 23 on here is the resolution approving the assignment of the airport land lease agreement for Hangar 12B at the Fremont County Airport. And for this item, I turn it over to County Attorney Brenda Jackson.
Okay. All of the ground at the airport is owned by the county, and we lease space to aviator-interested people who want to build hangars and operate on the airport. This particular lease was entered into in 1968. It's a 99-year lease, so they're going to be assigned from time to time over the years. And this is one assigning hangar space in 12B, hangar space 12B, to a new owner, and I don't have the name on hand. It's in your packet. So this will just let a new owner buy the hangar and then transfer the ground lease so that they have a lease to the ground underneath their hangar space.
Darren Ford.
Darren Ford
From
Mark Hall.
Mark Holloway.
Okay. Thank you. Ms. Jackson, Commissioner, anything else to add onto that?
Nothing to add. A motion if you're ready.
I'm ready.
Resolution number 38, correct? We're at 38. I would move to approve resolution number 38, which is assignment of an airport land lease agreement, Hangar 12B, from Mark Holloway to Darren E. Ford.
I think that's correct. I would second that. Any further comments? Roll call, please.
Commissioner McFall.
Aye.
Commissioner Grantham.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Okay. Last item on the agenda under new business is the waiver of a permit for the ambulance district, and I don't have the
Just
Arkansas
fee, not
Valley.
permit.
Arkansas
Arkansas
Valley
Valley
Ambulance
Ambulance
District
There it
building
is.
permit fee.
And I'm going to turn this over to you, Commissioner.
Okay, so we had Arkansas Valley Ambulance District, which is in the west end of Fremont County. They're building an ambulance barn at Coaldale. They have kind of had to do a lot because they had to go to the Board of Zoning and Adjustment to get the property approved through zoning because of the setbacks and different things. It's an odd piece of property that's non-conforming for anything. We are able to allow that for emergency responders barns and that type of things. They've asked, they're doing a building permit for the building. They've asked if we would waive the permit fee for the building fees. It is $1,175. All of their money that they make is, of course, tax-based from their Arkansas Valley Ambulance District. So it helps save those residents those fees going to the building department. I move that we forego the building permit fees for Arkansas Valley Ambulance District building permit of $1,175. Got it.
It's a rough meeting.
That was one sentence and one breath.
I know.
I second that. Any further comments? Roll call.
Commissioner McFall.
Aye.
Commissioner Grantham.
Aye.
Motion carries.
We have reached the end of our new business, which takes us to our public hearing, which was scheduled for 10 a.m. and is now 10:16. The item on the agenda is for Secure Transportation Services licensing regulations. And I'll go ahead and open the public hearing and turn this to our county attorney, Brenda Jackson, for an explanation.
Okay. In 2021, the state legislature passed a requirement for licensing of what's called secure transportation services, and these are for transportation for people who are experiencing a behavioral health crisis. And behavioral health crisis is defined within our regulations and also within the state regulations. So as part of that legislation, all counties in Colorado are required to have secure transportation services regulations in place by January 1st of 2023. So these regulations were drafted and presented to the board last month. We have published this public hearing for people who want to come forward and comment on these regulations. They will become effective January 1st, 2023, but acknowledging that there's a pretty short time between adoption and effective date. The resolution for the board has a provision that says if the application has been filed, they can have a temporary license that would allow them to continue operating until the licensing requirements have been met. So the regulations contain various provisions. There are two kinds of licenses and permits required. One is for the company itself, and then there are permits for each vehicle that will be operated by the company. So you have to have an agency license, and then each vehicle has to go through a mechanical inspection and be equipped with things like fire extinguishers, biohazard bags, and there's a list of things that have to be in each of these vehicles. There are separate requirements for vehicles that are going to use restraints versus those that do not use restraints. There are different requirements for vehicles that have a partition separating the passenger area from the driver area. And so all of those things are covered within these regulations. And as of January 1st, any agency other than law enforcement and ambulance companies transporting in their transport vehicles or patrol cars must be licensed in order to do this type of transportation. As far as I'm aware, there's only one local company doing this type of transportation. They're contracted with Sol Vista, and that's AMR Ambulance. And they are not transporting in ambulances. They have separate vehicles so that these regulations would apply to their vehicles and their company. And I haven't heard of anyone else, doesn't mean there isn't someone else who's doing this type of transportation. But there will be at least one license that will be applied for under these new regulations.
Okay. Any comments or questions?
Well, one comment is that these inspections will be done by our Fremont County Emergency Manager, Michael Crow, as he does the ambulance inspections as well per the state requirements.
And I've discussed it with Michael Kroll, and he's more than willing to take this on. The licenses are good for 3 years. The fee for a 3-year license is $225. The fee for each vehicle permit is $50. And the vehicle permits are good for 1 year, and the agency licenses are good for 3.
Okay. Are there any other comments on this? This is a public hearing, and so this is the time for those in the audience who would wish to speak on this matter to come forward and to speak. Is there anyone here to speak on this? Seeing none, I will close the public hearing. Any further comments or a motion?
No, I thank Attorney Jackson here. There's a lot of pages to this one as well, so thanks for writing that. And then there was, 4 different forms that need to be filled out to go along with this. So appreciate that. I have a motion if we're ready.
I'm ready.
I move to approve resolution number 39, which is adopting Fremont County regulations regarding license of secure transport services.
And second, any further comments? Roll call.
Commissioner McFall.
Aye.
Commissioner Grantham.
Aye.
Motion carries.
And with that, ladies and gentlemen, concludes our business, and this meeting is adjourned.